Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Tuesday. Oh, I just realized I had SNEK up this whole time. Oopsie. Hope you guys are having a pretty good day today. I had a pretty good day today. I know the market's looking a little meh, but it's nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. It's nice to see bullish engulfing right here on Bitcoin. What'd you guys do today? Anyone do anything fun? The heat said went out of range, friend. I mean, my guess was today. Technically, I was not wrong. We did poke out of that range literally today. Alright, let's get this music off. Alright, guys, happy Tuesday. Happy volatility. At least happy in my opinion. You know, not everybody's into it, but it is what it is. Don't forget to smash the like button on your guys' way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Tuesday. Hey. Bitcoin's a lot less boring today, I will say. A lot less boring today. We are officially volatile, I would say. These little baby candles, we've been getting little baby candles to hold for like a month, 2 months, I don't know, since beginning of the month. I guess not even not even a whole month, but still. You know, this is boring. This little beep 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 beep. That's boring. This right here is a little more entertaining. Now, if we can get these all the time, that would be pretty sick. I want some volatility, personally. I think all the traders want volatility. I think the volatility left the market, and everyone went and was seeking it out. And that's what happened with all the meme coins, is they were incredibly volatile, not because of supply and demand or anything like that, but because of low market cap. So, and then, you know, bad players showed up, took advantage. And now we have, I don't know what it's like Solana 2.0. Everyone's so mad at Sol, and they're blaming them for like the crypto casino, and it's not everybody else's fault for buying the meme coins. It's Solana's fault for some reason. Personally, I think that's a little funky, a little weird, a little dumb. But people are gonna blame who they're gonna blame. You know, I don't really give a crap. I just think it's crazy. It happened over the course of like 2 days. 2 days ago, everyone was all for the casino, all for pump fun, all for the meme coins. And then 2 days go by, and now they're like, Solana's a scam. Everyone's insisting that it's a scam, and it's kind of goofy to me. But anyways, Bitcoin dominance is currently at 61.25%. Hopefully rejecting off of 61.5, but it did break above its range, find support, and now it's continuing to the upside. So alts are getting a little bit manhandled by Bitcoin. Bitcoin itself currently trading at 95,497.67 cents. We had a pretty nasty 4-hour candle just about 3.5 hours ago. And yeah, we got a nice little dip. Our blue fractal right now, we were watching, because right now we got this nice little like curve thing going on. And we were watching that, and we were like, where else is that in the charts? And we found this guy. Let me make it less transparent. We found this guy, and I was like, okay, this guy calls for a pretty nasty dip. I don't like this one because of the nasty dip, but we're going to put it on there anyways because it's a possibility. This other one didn't call for as much of a dip. It called for some upside immediately, but we got the dip nonetheless. So if this fractal is to be followed, to be believed, you know, what have you, then the worst might be over, hopefully. Not saying it is. Like this candle right here that we just finished, that we just closed, is actually just this candle. So I would not be surprised if we got one more, a little bit lower, if we're following the fractal. All of this is based around the concept that we're going to follow a fractal, which is not ever a foolproof plan. But we're observing it, you know, we're pointing out things that we see in the chart, and we're moving forward from there. At the moment, It is a lower low by a fraction, but it is a lower low technically. If you wanted to zoom out and go to a different time frame, I'm sure you could justify some kind of double bottom, even some kind of triple bottom. So it's not a bad position. This right here, very similar as well to this. So we're keeping an eye on it. There's a bunch of possibilities out there, and we're just illustrating all of the possibilities. Ethereum, actually, holding up relatively well, 2,669.49. The FTX payback started today. Everyone, for whatever reason, I don't know why, people were like, it's going to inject millions of dollars into the market. I don't know where they're getting that from. Basically, I could be wrong. From what I understand, either the people are being paid back in stablecoins or just US dollars. And I could be wrong. Regardless, none of them really result in millions of dollars being injected into the market. They're either going to get back cash and, fuck off because they got scammed by FTX. Why would they put it back into crypto? Or they're going to get crypto and sell it for cash and fuck off because they got scammed by FTX. Why would they put it back into crypto? So, any of the scenarios, in my opinion, and maybe I'm being a pessimist, but again, if I lost my entire, investment endeavor into cryptocurrency because an exchange collapsed, I would never trust another exchange for the rest of my life. And the exchanges are the only way to on-ramp. Unless you go through like an ETF or something, but in that case, it's only going into Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's not going to inject millions of dollars into the market. I think the people that think that are mildly delusional. But maybe I'm just a pessimist. Regardless, ETH 26.71 and 82 cents. Honestly, barely feeling the downturn from Bitcoin. Sol, however, 4.69% to the downside at the moment. It is breaking below its blue trend line, which is done already a couple of times, but it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. The blue trend line was previous resistance turned support, and we held it for quite some time, and now we're breaking below it and closing 4-hour candles below it for the first time since at least mid-December. So if Sol can't get back above this, it might be, we might have some doom coming for Sol. Next area of support I would look for on Sol, though, would probably be like 150-ish range area. But yeah, like I said, a lot of Sol FUD recently, like out of nowhere. Last 2 days, people are coming out the woodwork to talk about how Sol is a scam, and it was a scam from the beginning, and it was stupid to invest in it, and the Memecoin casino is liquidity extraction, all because of this stupid Libra coin. They're like, every meme coin now is just bad players, and I don't know, it's crazy to me. Like, Solana isn't meme coins, but I guess, they made that their identity, so maybe they are. Total 3 is collapsing below its trendline support that we were watching as well, and that's not good. Currently trading at 876.22 billion. Hopefully this is a fake out to the downside, but we cannot rule out the possibility, the idea that we are going to see some downside price action. If you look this right here and then the breakdown, we're doing that right now, just a miniature version of it. We're doing this and then a breakdown. So eventually, I assume we're going to find a bottom and then do it again, and maybe it's just consolidating. Each move is getting smaller every single time. Maybe it does a mini one right here, and then we just skyrocket because it squeezes for so long that the pressure just can't build anymore, and it's go time. Hopefully, that's my optimistic outlook. Cardano down 6.45%. Pretty big blow for Cardano, but it's been trading at the same freaking price since the beginning of the month, so let's be honest. Nobody really gives a crap. Big resistance at 82 cents. We do have a potential, I don't know, is this a triple top? I don't think you can call it an inverse head or a head and shoulders because they're like all the same level. But maybe it is. If it is, then the price target's probably 67 cents, which again, what is that? 5%. SNEK down 9.87%. Found some nice support around 43 cents. Getting some upside. I do have a trade open at the moment, so if you see me turning my head like this, it's because I'm looking at my trade. XRP down 3.5%. Broke below its potential support at 257. Currently trying to get back above that. It did find support at 250. Nice psychological area at 250 right there. HBAR broke below its orange trend line, which was at the moment 21.28. Trying to get back above it. Next, hopefully, that's going to be 21.20. So if HBAR can get back above that, then maybe it can set up some semblance of a bullish scenario where it can continue to the upside. But HBAR is kind of doing the similar thing, where it had this giant thing, the breakdown, the smaller thing, the breakdown. Is it going to be another small thing, and then eventually it popped to the upside? We'll wait and see. SWE, at the moment doing its higher low thing. SWE kind of establishing some kind of trend line, maybe. I like the support at $3. That's a big psychological area. SWE, though, did have an enormous run. So I would not be surprised to see it come back down and at least try to test 225. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if it's going to go there, but if it does, keep an eye. Keep an eye on it. Ondo, down 3.27%. Ondo is back at the levels where we saw it during the tariff scare. At least where we saw it close. It's retraced about half of its tariff scare recovery. So it's still up, but it's not up as much as it was prior. So I hope our friend Jay Beneby, who capitalized on this monster wick to the downside, cashed out while he was in monster profits. Aerodrome down 7.71%. If this legacy is to be believed, this is a potential bottom for Aerodrome. We're watching, waiting, and seeing what we can see. If we get a violent move to the upside, then we can maybe not count the fractal out. But at the moment, it's looking a little decoupley, in my opinion. But liquidity patterns are usually similar. So we'll see if it plays out the same that it's played out in the past. Render down 4.78%, still holding this $4 to $6.60 range. Looking relatively good on that front. It is a flat trend line, flat support area. So we'll see what occurs. Looks like we got a triple bottom potential. I don't know what that means. But we'll watch this and see how it unfolds. Polkadot down 2.66%. Polkadot hasn't been performing great, but it hasn't been performing bad, so it's kind of a safe play at the moment as far as the volatility goes. Down 2.66%. That's holding up pretty damn good, all things considered. Like, ETH is only down 2.71%. It's also holding up very well. Sol's down 5%. ADA's down 6%. XRP's down 3.7%, so it's a little bit better. HBAR's down 2.6%, so holding up really well. SWE's down 4.8%, so almost 5%. It's not holding up quite well. Arrow's down almost 8%. So if you're down only like 2 or 3%, you're in a good spot. Caspa down 2.71%, also holding up really well. Caspa actually really nicely, inverse head and shoulders, breakout, retest. Is it going to go up from here? That's a possibility. This is a bullish scenario is possible here. Looking for a potential target. I'm just going to say 12.5 if it holds this and continues to the upside. I have seen these, though, where this maybe was the move right here. That was your move, and it didn't get as far as it should have gotten according to the measured move, but the measured move isn't always 100%. I've seen the measured move fail more than I've seen it succeed, especially when it comes to inverse head and shoulders, so exercise caution if you're going to try to trade that. Avalanche down 6.19%, not looking great for Avalanche. I believe Schrapp is heavily affiliated with Avalanche, and they just had some bullish news that led them to the upside. I should actually put them underneath this. But I don't know. Hopefully Avalanche can hold something. Right now we're just watching, waiting and seeing. Potential trend line setup right here. There's also not a ton of volume either. Like, look at all the volume we had back here during all of this bullish price action. And it's kind of petered out since then. Like, the average is pretty high. You can see it's high concentration right here. And then it just kind of went. It's like low and boring. There's not a lot of spikes at all. There's 2 little baby spikes. It's boring. The biggest spike was red, which is not good. So hopefully interest reignites into Avalanche and it can get some upside. Schrapp down 13.97%. The blue line here is my assumption, my guess for the median price rise if Schrapp remains bullish. But it's retraced almost entirely. It's we won the lawsuit move, which is not good. That means that the people that bought it either got oversold by people who were already holding, or the people that bought it just sold their bags because they didn't believe in it. The conviction has left the chat. Chainlink down 6.59%. Chainlink actually breaking below its trend line. Chainlink's been holding up really well, but it's not looking great, honestly. Chainlink, it's really not looking bad either, though, if I'm being completely honest with myself. All I see for Chainlink is a higher low. When you're looking at wicks specifically, when you're not looking at wicks, when you're looking at candle closes, I do believe this is technically a lower low. So we'll see how that plays out. It's a little bit minuscule at the moment, all things considered. High volume here, high conviction sells. Low volume here, low conviction sells. So yeah. Doge down 3%. Doge has been super duper flat, which is, this is what Doge does. It's flat, it dumps. It's flat, it dumps. It's flat. Hopefully they get something, The flat dump is a lot more entertaining than the flat, Polygon Matic Pole down 5.69%. This is the one that looked identical to Ethereum, Avalanche, Near, and Polkadot. So let's actually do our comparison really quick. Let me go to ETH. ETH looks the same. Let me go to Polkadot. Polkadot looks a little actually more bearish. Let me go to Avalanche. Avalanche looks more bearish. Let me go to Near. And let me go to Polygon. So they've all kind of like re-synced. Whereas some of them were starting to deviate, look a little bit better or worse. They're all kind of back in the same boat now, it seems. Near looks like crap. Chili's down 7.97%, almost 8%. But at the moment, still a higher low, so looking good. We want to see Chili's hopefully hold above 0.05 cents. Silver got a little bit pumpy. MicroStrategy got a little bit choppy. DXY got a little bit pumpy. NASDAQ got a little bit pumpy. And the S&P 500 currently sitting at all-time highs. Super duper casually. We did call this move. I don't know what's going to happen from here. I don't know how or why I called this move. Was it me doing this? Maybe? I don't know why. I drew this for some reason. I think maybe I was translating the fractal to the lower time frame because of this anomaly spike down. Yeah. I don't know, but it played out. Looks good. 6,129.57. Chewy, you got 5 more minutes, my friend. Let's get back. Bitcoin dominance currently at 61.25%. Guys, smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. If you smash the like button, it helps me out a lot. Views have been down with the sentiment, so it helps me out a ton when you smash the like button. All right, let me check the chat. Billy said, happy Tuesday. Sticky Scrublet said, sad I missed the super dip. A 150x long would have printed. Haha. I can't do anything over like 10x. Like if I'm revenge trading and I'm pissed off, I'm doing like 8. 8 is like me getting crazy. I'm like super mad. I'm like breathing heavy and I'm like, fuck this market. And I go 8x. That's me being violent with my trades is 8x long. Index said, oh no, we nuking. I think you missed it, my friend. Sticky Scrublet said, yeah, it's all these rats. Hoff said, Index, do you not look at the price? And then he's crying. Waterfly said, like. Chewy said, 95, 150. Only 4 likes. Hit the likes, folks. We only got 11 peeps. You probably got less views today because you said it was going to pump last week for today. I've been getting less views for like a week now. Like my views have been fucked. So I said it was going to pump. I said I was thinking that we were going to have bottomed by February 14th. And I mean, technically on Binance, February 14th was back here. So as long as we don't go any lower than, as far as I'm concerned, this local price action, then I'm not incorrect. I also said that I was thinking that today
we're going to finally move out of this range. And I mean, I think I technically nailed that because we did. We peaked below the range finally. I think it was because we went into the 3-day weekend and I don't know, the ETF, the market makers, the powers that be, Wall Street with their ETF power now, like locked the price in this range because of leverage or with leverage, not because of leverage. With leverage, they locked the price in that range and kind of made sure that nothing happened, which is crazy to think about. I don't know if that's me putting on my tinfoil hat and doing a whole little like conspiracy time. Um, I think that the market maker or market makers, Wall Street, since they got their ETF, can control the price now. And I think that they did that. Let's actually refresh our liquidation heat map. We got the daily close contest coming up in less than 2 minutes, so get your guesses ready. All right, yeah, we got a lot of liquidity, 93,203. That's a lot. That's a big one down there. And then above, I don't know, 90, yeah, 95, 592, 122 million. 95, 592. There's a lot of liquidity for them to grab right above. And then it kind of stops at 96, 593. So yeah, if you guys go back and watch the stream from a couple of days ago, the liquidity from the liquidation heat map was all mirroring itself above and below where the price was. It was very suspicious, and I theorized that Bitcoin was going to stay in that range for the entire 3-day weekend, and I was correct. All right, let's see. We got 33 seconds until you guys can begin to guess for the daily close contest. Let me get my message ready. Okay. Mr. Roberts said, hello, JJ. Hey, good people. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Hoff said, it was 93K area hours ago. Index 3, 2, is that 13 or 3? Oh, no, it's 13. My bad. Okay. Billy said, JJ, I guess it's your personal preference, but why do you look at everything using the 4-hour? Billy, when I was good at trading, during last bull market, I only ever used the 4-hour. When I like switched to the lower time frame, when I switched to 15-minute, I started sucking at my trades. I like the longer time frame because I like trading longer time frames. It also helps me, like the price doesn't look as volatile when you look at it on the 4-hour time frame. I don't know. My brain just operates on 4-hour increments, I suppose. 95,044, 95,150. Okay. Current price Bitcoin is 95,423 and 14 cents. Get your guesses in for the daily close, guys. Billy said Hoff's because I left my pistola at home. He said Hoff's, why do you have multiple YouTube accounts? You know, you can use the same YouTube account for multiple locations. Chewy said, is that eggs? All right. Jay Benaby. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Said, hey, brother. You seem to only show up when the market's super duper dumpy. I hope you cashed out on your Ondo, my friend. I was excited to hear that you made bank on that. That was pretty sick. I was so pumped when I saw the price. The next day, I was like, oh shit, look at that. I hope that guy actually bought when he said he did. And then you came in the comments and you said you made out like a bandit. That's awesome. Cheers. Cheers to that. Guys, Jay Benaby is like a ghost, a ghostly legend on the channel now. He's got bigger balls than me, that's for sure. Chewy said, I did just buy 24 eggs at Costco. Damn, that's why he's trying so hard to win this contest. He needs to recoup some losses. Okay, yep, I got Hoffs. Hoff said, the only thing I'm looking forward to is the Trump-Elon interview tonight. Ooh, maybe that's what the market's looking forward to. I wonder what the chart's gonna look like after the close. Hopefully sold, because it's right back way below that. Oh no, it's not right back way below that. Ondo, I believe he got in. I can't even show you. I'd have to switch to the 4-hour. He got in way below this. At least according to the stream time and everything. So, technically, if he held it, he would still be in profit, I'm pretty sure. But I could be wrong. Waterfly said he has marbles. Who has marbles? Chewy buying eggs at Costco? Let's see, we got less than 2 minutes remaining. 1 minute and 44 seconds. Anybody else for the daily close? We got 3 entries at the moment. 8 people watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Share the stream with your like-minded crypto friends. We have lost 1 subscriber in the last 48 hours. There's 2 that I'm convinced they keep unsubscribing and then resubscribing. Maybe that's a little, what's the opposite of humble? Pretentious. Maybe that's a little pretentious of me. Chewy said, I'm not Mexican. What is huevos? I don't know, actually. Mr. Roberts said, I'll pull a 955 with a 66 flat, please. All right, Mr. Roberts, 955, 66. I like it. All right. Waterfly said Fahid coming in last second, I'm sure. Hey, there he is. There he is. Fahid knows how to play last second, man. He's got 36 seconds remaining, and he submitted his. Very cool. I like it. I like it. 95, 478, 69 cents. Okay, so he's in between Mr. Roberts and Hoffs. Fahid, actually, because Hoffs didn't attend the stream yesterday, Fahid got ahead, again, by 2, leading the way for the ultimate grand prize at the end of the year for most wins. Hoff said, what kind of loser comes in last second? The kind that's whooping your ass. All right, there it is. Time's up. No more guesses, unless you were a Cornerville chat, in which case you got an additional 60 seconds compared to the original deadline, which is now 46 seconds. So if you guys can subscribe to the Cornerville Chad membership and submit your guess within a minute, you could still get in technically. Mr. Roberts said, okay, let's bring this bull Fahid. I like the bullish predictions. We got some optimism in the chat. We got some people actually watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I think we're at 7 likes right now. Can we get above 10? Oh, we're at 8. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. 95, 533, and 1 penny on Bitcoin at the moment. I'm liking this wick. If we do some hardcore TA on this 1 minute chart. Hoff said, I'm American. I boo Canadians now. I think that it's actually required by law. 95, 529, and 23 cents. Bitcoin dominance. Looking like it wants to curl up, maybe. Which maybe is not the end of the world. Maybe it is. What are we thinking? Mr. Roberts said, I'm Canadian. We got 2 Canadians. The 2 Canadians are our bullish guesses. I like it. You love to see it. 2 Canadians. That sounds like the beginning of a joke. 2 Canadians walk into a stream. I don't know why I'm labeling this now. I fully committed. That'd be so embarrassing if you guys were like, you spelled Canadians wrong, dumbass. All right, let's see. Waterfly said, I had a car in front of me with Quebec plates today. I cut him off. Did he apologize? He probably apologized. I've been seeing a lot of foreign plates in Michigan, and like Michigan roads are pretty, they can be pretty jarring. If you're from out of state and you show up in Michigan and you ride like I went back to work today for the first day in like 2 weeks, and I was driving to work and I'm like driving and I'm bouncing up and down in the van and I'm like, is something wrong with my shocks? And then I got to the new blacktop part, like in the town that I work, and it was just smooth, and I was like, whoa. Did that just happen to the road or no? I was like complete shock because the last time I'd driven was 2 weeks ago. I've sheltered myself in my home for 2 solid weeks. I mean, I went places, but nowhere far, you know. I just went to the grocery store or the gas station, you know. I got back on the road and I was like, what the hell's going on with the road? It was pretty funny. Let's see. Bitcoin. What's going on? I'm on the 1 minute chart. Why is it like inside of that? Oh, that's a liquidation point. Ooh. We got 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining until the daily close. As always, guys, smash the like button. Share the stream with your like-minded crypto friends. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. So it'd be pretty sick if we could. I'm liking this green price action. So far, it looks like our early guessers are way wrong. USA. This is revenge for that hockey game. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we are in the final candle for the daily close contest and for the daily close on the 1 minute chart. What if I said you're never going to hit 1K? You might be right. You might genuinely be right. 45 seconds remaining. This is the candle that will determine the fate of the winner of the daily close contest. I will say this is the first time in a very long time that it has not been flat price action for the last 3 or 4 candles. Very exciting. Philly said, JJ, would you allow my late entry 95,555 Philly? No, I would not. Unfortunately for you, I would not. But I appreciate your sportsmanship, and I commend you for asking. But yeah, guys, first time. It's not super duper boring. Flat price action. Here we go. We're heading into the last 10 seconds. As of right now, the winner will be Mr. Roberts, closest without going over. He would win bragging rights. It's getting big green. 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close of Bitcoin is 95,671 and 74 cents, making Mr. Roberts the winner, closest without going over. 95,671 and 74 cents. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, for winning the daily close contest. You win bragging rights, guys. Spam the bananas in the chat for Mr. Roberts. Absolutely killed it. Everyone tell Mr. Roberts how smart and handsome he is. The Canadians take the victory, and now I have to delete all of this. I did not realize how much of a pain in the ass that would be until now. Canada's taking the lead by far with wins. With Fahid, I don't even know how many he has now, like 7. And I think Hoffs has 5. And Mr. Roberts also making it 8 total wins for Canada at the moment. This is getting exciting. What's the date today? February 18th. Mr. Roberts. Also Canadian. I'm going to start documenting that for some reason. Canadian. I'm going to find all the ones that say Fahid now and put Canadian. Because that's fun. Dude, Fahid is on here so many times. Canadian Fahid is replacing American John for wins. I'm actually borderline convinced now that Fahid and John are the same person. And that is why John has not arrived. John won January 2nd of this year, only being trumped by Janix winning January 1st, followed by Greg Softchuck. Greg drops some mad knowledge in the chat every now and then. Him and I also have a ongoing bet at the moment. I personally bet him that Bitcoin would not hit 90K again until it hit 100K first. He said he thinks Bitcoin's going to hit 90K first before it hits 108K. And I said, actually, I disagree. Would you be willing to bet $5? And he said, absolutely. So if Bitcoin hits 108K before 90K, Greg has to pay me $5. If Bitcoin hits 90K before 108K, I have to pay him $5. And then there's an extra bonus prize. If Bitcoin hits 108K on February 20th, then I get $20. Only if it happens before 90K. So if it hits 90K and then gets to 108K on the 20th, it don't matter. I would have lost. But that is what it is. Guys, spam the bananas in the chat. Don't forget to congratulate Mr. Roberts for winning the daily close contest. I don't see any bananas in the chat. The Canadians are in the lead for the daily close contest for the year. Hoff said no entries late. Waterfly said congrats, not Fahid. Mr. Roberts said yay. It's tough to erase Canadians, lol. Waterfly said congratulations on Canada. You wonder why viewership down? I definitely just said Canadian Fahid as well. Like that's become his identifying factor now. All right, let's see. We did hit our liquidation point to the upside. Let's see if we're going to continue. Maybe we're going to get cascading liquidations to the upside. Is there such a thing? Maybe erupting liquidations. I like that. That sounds a lot better than cascading to the upside. Cascading to the upside sounds stupid. Erupting liquidations to the upside. Look at, there's so much money up there. It's disgusting. Whew. All right, we got a spicy bull right here. 94,128. All right, excuse me, guys. I got a phone call. Okay. Mr. Roberts said, thanks, Chewy. Thank you, Chewy, for being a good sport. We do have tariffs unpausing on March 6th, I believe, unless something is done. And I don't know, maybe that's why the market got a little bit dumpy today. I guess that doesn't really make sense for it getting dumpy today. Was there any news that constituted Was there any news that justified or constituted the market dump today? Or was it just out of nowhere? Because I'm not aware of anything. I was at work. First day back at work and the market gets all spicy like this. Shield your eyes. I'm going to coin Telegraph. And I can't put dark mode anymore. FTX announces repayment round for May? What? Oh, the next one. Okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess that people got repaid in their crypto and they sold it. Libra Memecoin scandal dings Solana's image. But here's the real reason why Sol is down. Grayscale launches Pith investment fund, security platform, Blockade raises $50 million in Series B fund. SEC acknowledges SIBO's request to list 21 shares XRP ETF. Experts together in Miami to drive longevity research forward. Is Bitcoin price going to crash again? Creeping doubts over U.S. gold reserve makes case for tokenized commodities. SEC's deadline extension is a fork in case against Coinbase. Nigeria to tax cryptocurrency. FTX creditors speak on plans, lessons learned, and as repayments start. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything. I'm gonna go ahead, take a stab in the dark, and say that the FTX people were repaid in crypto, and they sold because they don't like crypto anymore. Because the exchange that they had all of their crypto on collapsed and stole their money for 4 years. And then instead of paying them back in quantity of coins, they're being paid back in coin value that they had when the collapse occurred, which is the most fucked up thing I've ever heard of. So if you had Bitcoin back then and it was worth 60 grand and you had one Bitcoin, you would be getting $60,000 worth of Bitcoin. You would not be getting one Bitcoin. How fucked up is that? That's the craziest shit I've ever heard of. So they've been holding on to this whole time. They, if I'm putting on my tinfoil hat, they waited, sold the top or whatever. They sold 100K Bitcoin and like all-time high Solana, and then waited for the price to go back down. And then they're like, okay, we can pay you guys back now. We figured it out. We can pay you back now. That's crazy. The ultimate troll. It's pretty funny though. So it looks like the market's starting to turn very mildly green. Nothing crazy, nothing set in stone. Schwab has yet to make a trade since the close. That's why it looks like it's down 14% at the moment, but it is not. It just hasn't. There's no volume on KuCoin for Schwab at the moment, apparently. Nobody's buying or selling it since the daily close, which is crazy. Same thing happened to something else the other day, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, this is up 5% already. And it wasn't. XRP, almost up 0.5% HBAR. So it looks like we might get some more green. Did you guys buy the dip? Did anybody buy the dip? Was that the last dip as well? Hoff said Voyager did the same thing. Did Voyager people even get repaid? It wasn't even an exchange, was it a broker? Did Voyager, yeah, behind Voyager's fall, crypto broker acted like a bank. Initially borrowed 75 million. Oh, they would have paid it back, okay? Bankrupt crypto broker cleared to repay 1.3 billion. Yeah, dude. Voyager was crazy. I have a crazy story with Voyager actually. I was in Voyager. And you know what? I'm gonna divulge some private DMs actually. I was in Voyager and I didn't have a ton of money. I was like just new to crypto, and I recently learned what a spread was and what a broker was and what an exchange was. And I saw that Voyager had a crazy spread. And I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to pay for this crap. And I saw how it was like 10% both directions. So when you buy, you're paying 10% more. And then if you needed the money right then and there for any reason, you'd have to sell it for 10% less. So you're literally you're starting off down 20% already, right out the gate. That's fucking crazy. So I was like, fuck this, I'm leaving. So I go to transfer. I put all of my money into Cardano. And I go to transfer it out, and it says like 3 to 5 business days at most. And I was like, that's stupid. Whatever. So I send it through. A week goes by. Still pending. 2 weeks go by. Still pending. And then I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I start contacting customer service. And they're like, yeah, we'll get it to you. We'll get it to you. And I got all of these tickets open, and I got all these ticket numbers and stuff. And then I'm pissed. I'm pissed now. Nobody's helping me. I'm like, this is bullshit. So I start blowing up their social media. We got a super chat for Mr. Roberts, 10 Canadian dollars. He said, that's my first win on the close, JJ. It's been fun watching your channel grow over the last several months. Keep it going, dude. All the best. I appreciate you, Mr. Roberts. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And congratulations on your win today. So I see all their posts on Twitter, and they don't get a lot of interactions, but they get a lot of views, so people see it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to reply to these fuckers. I start blowing their shit up. I'm just copy-pasting this giant Karen paragraph that I've typed up about how they're stealing my money. And my transaction's not going through, and I believe, I'm speculating that this is just when they've like just started becoming insolvent. So I'm blowing up all of their social media posts. They're starting to shit their pants. The CEO, I shit you not, I'm going to show you. The CEO DMs me. And he asks me, what is your customer service like ticket number? And I sent him the customer service ticket number. No fucking way. Is it gone? Can I not go back that far? Okay, no. Okay, here. I got it. So I sent him the customer service ticket number, and within a couple hours, my shit was where it needed to be. He sent me his personal email address. Okay, I'm not gonna show the. Can I show it? Why can't I show it? Maybe I can just zoom in. I don't know. But anyways, I went through all the process to make sure that it was actually him. And it actually was. And I was like, oh shit, okay. And you know, you can't do anything malicious with a customer service ticket number. So I sent him that, and then within like I think an hour, my crypto was transferred. So I don't know what he did, but oh man, it was crazy. And then like 2 months later, they collapsed. And I was like, whoa, I dodged a bullet. And then I started to put everything together. I'm like, I wonder if that happened. Like, if I was the first person to like experience the insolvency. Banana Republic 2039 said, I was a Voyager customer. I got repaid peanut amounts of USD in the middle of the bear market, worth a fraction of what I actually lost. That's so fucked up. Those people, and what's fucked up too is the CEO and all the people responsible, they still got paid. And they went on their merry way. Nobody got prosecuted. Everybody just like went and on to the next scam or whatever. It's crazy. Blows my mind, man. Blows my mind. But if Wall Street loses money, these people end up in prison or dead. But they're like, oh, retail lost money? Who cares? Just make sure they get paid back a little bit. Give them back as much as you can. Imagine robbing a bank and then the police catch you. They're like, how much do you have left? And you're like $12? They're like, that's fine. Just give us the $12 and go home. Don't do it again. Imagine if that's how life worked, man. Jay Benaby said, sorry I had to leave. I did not sell off. I am still learning. I did not know how to do that. Yeah, it's entirely up to you, man. Like, if you buy and you make 50%, 100%, 10%, and you're happy with that, then execute the sell. You got to be happy with your gains when you execute trades. Some people don't like short-term trading, though. I go back and forth. I like to trade small amounts of money on short-term time frames for fun. And I like to DCA into my long-term bags and watch them grow. Billy said, me and JJ got effed on Voyager the same way. Oh, man, it was ridiculous. It was crazy. Fahid said, like the stream and subscribe. Hoffs said, what's messed up? Gary Gensler should have been going after these like things like that. Exactly, man. He should have been going after all these meme coin rugs that are like actual scams. But instead, he's like, I think XRP is a security. And I think Coinbase is an unregistered broker. And I think I don't know. It was, and you know, it's probably all money because he sees that he can strong arm and gouge some money out of these big money makers. But he let Luna happen right under his nose. He let FTX happen literally under his nose. The dude met with Sam Bankman-Fried twice. And he was like, yep, you're good to go. That's Sam Bankman-Fried is such a nice fellow. What a lovely guy. And that exchange that he has, he's going places. Meanwhile, Sam Bankman-Fried's snorting Adderall and having orgies, blowing all of his money on probably fucking DLCs on fucking Fortnite. It's the craziest shit. And nobody cared. Nobody cared. Gary Gensler was like nobody looked at that and said, that's a little weird that Gary let all of that stuff happen right under his nose. Nobody cares. They're like, Gary, you can go on and retire and be happy. It's bullshit, dude. It pisses me off. And then all the wasted taxpayer money. When he loses lawsuits, do I get that tax money back? No. When I don't do my job right, I don't get paid. If I break something or do something wrong, that comes out of my pocket. If a politician breaks something, does something wrong, or just fails to do their job, they still get paid. They don't even get in trouble. It's crazy. I think that's why so many people like the current administration, because the current administration does not put up with stupid shit like that. Jake said, don't sell off at a loss unless you need the money. Jay Beneby said, but for Ondo, I am back to where I started. I lost all that profit. Yeah, that happens sometimes, man. That happens sometimes. You gotta you gotta feel the room, I guess. Sometimes you round trip. I literally round tripped all of 2021. It happened in like over the course of 2 days. I was at my peak profit. I had a ton of money. And I showed my fiance, actually, I showed her my phone. I was like, look at this. And she goes, that's how much you have right now? And I was like, mm-hmm. And she goes, take that? And I was like, no. She's like, why not? And I was like, what if it goes up more? And she was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, no, I'm not kidding you. And I straight face held. And I shit you not, 2 days later, it was fucking gone. Gone. All of my profits erased. And it never went back. And then, over the course of the bear market, I grinded and I made money. I built bags. And now I'm in a position where I'm happy with my bags, even on shitty days like this. Billy said, exactly how does an exchange collapse? They don't have the money to fulfill their obligations. They lend it out or use it elsewhere, and then people start with... It's the same thing as a bank run. People go to withdraw their money, and their money's not there. And the bank legally is allowed to tell you, like, hey, we only have 10% of your money. So you can take this, and then you can fucking wait. And we're legally allowed to tell you to fuck off for a week or whatever. And then you can come back in a week and get whatever money you need. That's why I don't like banks. That's why nobody likes banks. But the centralized exchanges work the exact same way. Tyler said, I opened the YouTube to orgy stock. That's great. The algorithm does not like it very much, I will say that. Mr. Robert said, Gensler and Warren aren't quick enough to catch rugs and certainly don't want actual crypto investors to prosper. That's 100% the cause. They don't give a shit. They do not fucking care. Jake said, is life not one big overreaching metaphor for an orgy, though? If you think about it, yeah. It is just constantly getting fucked. It's a fun time, though. I thoroughly enjoy it. At the end of the day, I think it's genuinely a fun time. All right. Chai latte is delicious today. I appreciate you guys for joining. Make sure you smash the like button and share the stream with your like-minded crypto friends. Feel free to check out some of my other stuff as well. We just uploaded a Reddit story video. Super duper funny. The quote is, I'd divorce and leave my husband for ChatGPT. I believe the rest of that quote is, if he could be put into a physical body or something like that. There's some crazy stories, man. This one girl's boyfriend got mad because she farted. Like, he got so mad that he left. And she claims that it was just a little toot. It's crazy, man. Reddit's got all kinds of crazy stories. But yeah, market's chill. We're green right now. I could flip red at any moment. I can't believe Shrap still has not moved. Let's actually go look where there's... Is Shrap not listed on any big exchanges? There we go. Binance? No. What? Wow. 9, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess there's 1 or 2 buys. Flex said, what do you make of the Fort Knox auditing thing? Do you think it's got half the reserves it's supposed to have? I don't. Oh, I have no idea. I have no clue. If nobody's looked, is it secure? Are they watching it? Could be a black swan. That I don't know if it would be, though. Like, wouldn't that be bullish for crypto? I think it's gonna be interesting. I can't believe that no one's checked that out for like however many years. Like that blows my mind. The fact that I think it's been since the 70s that anybody's actually checked? Like how did we let it go that long without somebody looking in there? They're just like, oh no, you know, we checked it. We checked it like 1978. I don't want to drive all the way out there. Look, what's the justification? There's supposed to be near 500 tons of gold there, right? Yeah, who knows? But if the gold is not there, would that be a black swan event, or would that justify some mass accumulation of gold or cryptocurrency or money printing? All of these things, in my opinion, are bullish. It might scare some people at first, but long term, it should be bullish. Will it? I don't know. People like to panic. So, Mr. Roberts said, I don't think an audit is prohibited. Let's actually look at what happens if the gold is gone in Fort Knox. Oh, there's approximately 147.3 million troy ounces of gold stored at Fort Knox. What? How many tons is that? Yes, it was audited. The credible audits have not been conducted since 1974. Okay, interesting. Okay, so it seems like they don't give a crap. What's going to be hilarious is if they make a big deal out of that, and then they open up the door, and it's like everything's there, and they're like, oh, shit. This was a huge waste of time. Yeah, Flexa said it should be checked yearly. I assume people like go in there and stuff, you know. Flexa said markets will go to shit for real. Bitcoin will get some light though. Mr. Roberts said it's supposed to be over 1,000 tons. Flexa said the real question would be who's got it then? Who's been robbing it? Or would it even be a robbery technically? What if they like secretly gave it? What if they used it to pay the banks in 2008 or some shit? Jake said Fort Knox, more like Fort Not Any Gold. Am I right? Fort Not Any Gold? That's pretty funny. And not is the opposite of ton. So it's like a metaphor. Oh, that's funny stuff, man. Funny stuff. So this frog thing that I bought into yesterday, it was in profit, and then I lost all my profits. So now it's just doing whatever. Boring. But yeah, man, the meme coins are suffering. Soul. I don't know. I'm a little suspicious with the soul thing. Everyone, out of nowhere, like I said, the last 2 days, everyone's just brutally attacking Solana. And that's super weird to me. Because whenever that happens, that's usually like a sign to accumulate something. The people, the big crowds of people like brutally attacking a project, they're never correct. Ever. Plexus said, wait, that little uptick was your profits? Yeah, this right here. That would have been in profit, yeah. If it does it again, take it. I already sold. I sold at break even. I got the fuck out. Actually took most of my soul out. Not for any reason other than the fact that all of the other projects that I have are worth $1. So, in my brain, this was my opportunity. It's missed. Sell low or high. It might go high again. It might go crazy. I have no idea, but oh well. Yeah, Bitcoin's doing its little lame little dance. I hate it when it does this, man. This is what I've been talking about every time. It gets boring. I like the renders up at 1%. I like the alts are starting to do something. Is Bitcoin dominance going to reject? That'd be sick. Ooh, that looks like that might be what's happening. Flex has said it still looks healthy. Could plop at any moment. I have no idea, man. I would have been in profit again if I would have just held it. I would have been up like $1. Maybe 2. But I don't give a shit. I don't know. All the fun around Sol, and then like I literally looked at my bags, like all my high conviction meme coin plays on Solana, and they're all worth. I think that my biggest one. Let me see. Let me just look at it right now. Actually, my biggest one. I have not touched any of my other bags because they're not worth enough for me to justify even doing anything. My biggest bags, my biggest conviction play on Sol is worth $1.54. That's fucked up. That's crazy. So, you know, I've washed my hands of it. It was fun though. I do think if I did the math, I think I came out in profits in the end. The problem is, if I would have not reinvested a good chunk of that money, I probably would have had twice as much profits as I have at the end of the day today. Lexa said, what's CNA you get for $1 these days? Oh, nothing. There's like the old-fashioned like candy shops that you can visit. We have one where I live downtown, actually. I could probably get like a little pack of Swedish fish or some gum or some shit. Arizona iced tea. Green tea, you can still get those for $1. Tyler said, pin link under $1. JJ, and you know it's gonna go past $1 again. LOL. I'm waiting for my big DCA. When I get my tax return, it is the largest tax return that I've ever received in my entire life. I have not told my fiance that. I'm going hard on the bags. Not too hard. I got a vacation to pay for, but I am going hard. Flexus said, oh yeah, I read that. Mr. Robert said, JJ, have you been tracking Flock? I have not. I will go take a look at that for you, though. Flexus said, I can still get a can of pop, a bag of chips, and a chocolate bar. All 3 of those things for $1? What kind of janky-ass pop and chips and chocolate are you eating? That's concerning. We're not talking about commissary, Flexa. I'm fucking with you. All right, let's go take a look at Flock. That was good. All right, Flock. What the flock is this? Interesting. Okay, so if this is the right asset, I see this, and then I see the dip. And it goes down too far, it recovers, and then it does the same thing. You get that little curve, goes down too far, recovers, and then it does the same thing. You get your little curve, goes down too far, recovers, and then it does the same thing. Goes down, you get that little curve, and then it recovers. See how the trajectory is like starting to change? You got your dump, recovery, dump, recovery, dump, recovery, dump. Maybe this is the recovery? Hang on, I like making them separate. Dump, recovery, dump, recovery, dump, recovery? I don't know. I like the change in trajectory. The volume seems steady throughout, which is good. I want to see it actually recover now, because it seems to have almost hit 0. So you want to see the price action start to actually change, because at the moment it's just gone down, and now it has started to curl up. This is the first positive like change in direction that you've seen. So yeah, I don't know, maybe is it going to do one of these? Good. I would love to see it hit 90 cents again. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I think I would be happy with like 40 or 50 personally, especially with the Memecoin FUD that's going around. You also technically have bearish div right here. Or maybe not right there. It would be like right here. I don't know. It's messy. And then you got red dots, so I don't know what to think. There's indicators pointing in both directions, up and down. Flexa said, get a bag of plume. I need plume, friends. Commissary. Tyler said, Flexa has a Hershey Kiss, a mini can of Chap's Stick Pop, and an airport bag of chips. Noah can of Coke, a Kit Kat Chunky, and a bag of Walkers. Lay's. American dollar in America is weaker than British pound in Britain, I guess. I don't know if that's true. I would say that the companies are just greedy here. Somebody posted something the other day in the Discord, and it just said inflation is just corporate greed, and I was like, damn. And it was a little more, I don't know what, it was a little more elegantly put than that. But it's true, man. It's fucking true. The fact that Arizona green tea can be the same fucking amount of money for the past 20 years, but everything else magically costs more, I think they're full of shit, man. I think they're so full of shit. Nothing costs more. They just don't want to pay people more. Because then it costs them more. They get to, like, instead of bringing home $10 million a year, oh, poor me, I only get to bring home $9 million a year because you guys want to raise? If you guys want to raise, then our products can just be more expensive. And it's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit. Alexa said commissary got me dead like prison? Yeah. Where else do you get commissary? What do you guys call it over there? Do you guys call it something else? That's funny. There's nothing preventing them gouging you here. There's nothing preventing them from gouging you here either. The problem is over there, I think people are fucking happy. So they don't need $10 million a year to feel like they've accomplished something in their life. Prices go up to maintain or increase profits. They're fucking animals. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Tyler said, oh, you want a dollar raise? We need $1 bazillion first. Or I just tell my boss, because my boss would lose money if I didn't work for him. He wouldn't even make money. He would have nobody to do all the work. So I just tell him, I'm like, listen, this is how much I need to be paid. He's like, okay. You gotta know your worth, man. Know your worth. And again, sometimes it's scary. But if the people you work for don't respect you, you gotta respect you. Bottom line, end of the day, if you go to somebody and you tell them, I want to get paid, I want a $5 raise, and that's too much to them, then leave. Tell them to fuck off. Maybe don't do $5 out the gate. Maybe you can negotiate. You know, I want $2.50 raise right now, and then in 6 months I want another $2.50 raise. Otherwise, I'm leaving, going somewhere where I'm worth more. Or you could just bullshit them, see if they'll call your bluff. Be like, I was just offered this X amount of dollars per hour at this place, or a salary with benefits at this place. Because what are they gonna do? Fucking call and ask? Tyler said, the leverage of being a good worker is awesome. Oh, it's great, dude. I love it. Flexa said, I've walked off so many jobs in my time and told them to shove it up their ass many times. I'm no fucking slave. Exactly, dude. My favorite, I like the posts on Twitter and shit where the people are like, I quit. And then like they get a text from their boss like 2 days later. They're like, hey, do you know this, or that? Or like, can you tell me these things? And the guy's like, no, I don't fucking work for you anymore. Fuck you. And you can see like the previous text was the boss being a psycho asshole. It's so funny, man. It's so funny. Jake said raises just mean higher taxes, to be honest. Dude, that too. I remember when I was working a factory job and I was trying so hard that I was getting paid $11 an hour working this factory job. This was like 10, 15 years ago. And yeah, it was about 15 years ago, wasn't it? Yes, 15. And I'm getting paid $11 an hour. And I think I got paid bi-weekly. Let me do that math. Hold on. I think my biggest check was like around 900 and something. And I was doing all this math and after taxes and shit. I don't remember. I could not get my paycheck above $1,000, and I got paid bi-weekly. And I busted my ass. I worked overtime as much as I could. I'm like, I want $1,000 paycheck over the course of 2 weeks, mind you. And I could not fucking do it. I could not. I literally like maxed out my hours that I was legally allowed to work, and my paycheck was like, I think it was like $20 higher than my paycheck when I had worked like 2 days less. And I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why would anyone ever work overtime? It was crazy. Flexa said, my last boss was in the news for letting a puppy die in her back garden. Like, fuck, I was going to last there knowing that. I terrorized her. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Tyler said they were raping you. I enjoyed the job. I definitely should not have. I got some stories about that place too. Is there statute of limitations on on drug trafficking? 5 years. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I got some good I got some good stories. So I'm working at Kian, and it's like a factory that makes car parts for the Japanese car company. And I just started working there. Like within a week or two, I became the Adderall guy. So I'm selling everybody Adderall. And then I started selling everybody Vicodin. And now everybody's drugged up. And I'm working like the beginning of the assembly line, which is welding. It's the grunt work that put all the new guys on welding. They're like, yeah, allegedly. This is all a work of fiction. None of this actually happened. This is a story I wrote. So I'm working on welding, and it sets the pace for the entire assembly line. We made 400 parts a day per shift. So I'm making the parts, and me and my buddy are both on Adderall, and so is the rest of the line now. And we start cranking up production. We're working third shift. Well, Ken, the guy that runs first shift, always did the best. They were always the best shift. Well, third shift, allegedly, starts producing twice as many parts as we're supposed to produce in the night. We went from 400 parts per night to 800 because of performance enhancing drugs. So I doubled production on this fucking factory floor. Worked there for a year. I got so many fun stories, dude. I was working a different. They were like putting me on every single station now because I think they were setting me up to be a foreman. If I'm being completely honest, the place ended up shutting down like 2 years later, so it was a good thing I got fired when I did, and it was for attendance as well. But I'm working a different station, and I'm like talking to my buddy. There's like a little window, and I'm talking to my buddy, and he starts like he's looking at me, and he starts like doing one of these, like putting his eyes like hello, and I peek my head through the window, and I look, and I see my boss, my boss right around the corner, and I was just telling this guy about all the weed that I used to sell. This was when it was still illegal. And I look around the corner and I see my boss, and he's like, what are you doing, JJ? And I was like, oh, I was just telling Dana about how I used to sell weed back in high school. And he goes, JJ, you graduated 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. It was good times, man. And then the lady with the highest seniority there, Jen, she fucking hated me. She hated my guts. And then I got put on final inspection with her. and we became like best friends. She was not a customer of mine, allegedly. She was just a regular, normal, like pissy old lady, but she was so fucking fun and funny and nice. And then we just became like pissy friends together. Like we would bitch at everybody else on the line about the parts being fucked up. I had way too much fun at that stupid fucking factory, man. It's probably the best thing in my life, I think, was probably getting fired from that place. Because then I like moved on and I like did better, bigger, better things. And now I actually like make a decent living. Whereas I guess, I don't know if I would have. I'm truly convinced that that place shut down because I stopped working there. Genuinely. Because, you know, everybody's supply gets cut off. There's also another funny story. I'm hanging out with my this has just become story time. I'm hanging out at my friend Kaylee's, and her mom works at that factory. This is after I got fired. And there's all these rumors going around about me now. And I'm hanging out at Kaylee's with all of our other friends. And her mom comes home, and she starts flipping out because we were all smoking weed or something. And then she's bitching and bitching and bitching. And then she goes, she like tries to get a one-up on Kaylee. She goes, and I also heard a little something about your buddy JJ in there. And she goes, what, Mom? What did you hear? And at this time, I had sobered up. I didn't have anything to do with weed. I didn't smoke it. I didn't sell it. I didn't do shit. I would just like hang out with my friends, smoke cigarettes and hookah, and drive around and bullshit. And she goes, I heard a little something about your buddy JJ in there. And she goes, what, Mom? What did you hear? And she goes, that he's the biggest pot dealer in town. And all of our friends just started cracking up. And I genuinely felt bad for her mom. And she goes, Mom, JJ's the only person in that entire room that has nothing to do with weed. And it was pretty fucking funny. All right, let's see. Jake said, welding is tough work, man. It was different. It was plastic mold injection welding. I went to school for it and worked welding jobs for about a year before I came to terms with the fact that work was too tough for me. Yeah, it was plastic mold injection welding. It was completely different from metal welding. I don't think I could do metal welding. I'm kind of a pussy. Let's see. All right. Flexus said, haha, drugs keep people going longer than free will these days. Right. Jake said, constantly felt like I had a cold from breathing in smoke all day and my back was falling apart. Flexus said, what rumors? Tyler said, they all had to quit cold turkey, just depressed and slow. That's I think everybody started drinking. It like became a problem. There's people like passing out on the line from drinking it during lunch and shit. It got crazy, man. It got crazy. Everybody owed me money too. Fuckers. Why am I gonna hook you up if you owe me money? Flexus said every factory has that one guy that comes in absolutely stinking of spirits and bars. Dude used to make me nauseous. Dude, we called that guy, I think we called him Drunk Joe. I don't remember. And then Ruben. Dude, I remember Ruben's at his station. And no, like the whole entire other line, there was Civic line and Accord. We made parts for the Honda Civic and the Honda Accord. I worked on Civic. I only ever worked on Civic. I'm looking over at Accord, and this guy that I went to high school with named Ruben is just passed out, but he's like passed out with his arm up, and he's like this, like it looks like he's standing at a station. So you can't fucking tell, except for the fact that all of these parts are backed up down the line from him, and he's just fucking out, dude. They thought he was dead. That's how drunk he was, and they had to like call the EMTs and fucking cart him out. That's how fucking drunk he was. It was crazy. Oh shit. See what I mean? It was fun, but it was degenerate shit, man. He was not Polish. He was Mexican actually. He was a dumbass. Fun times though, fun times. Like legit. Anyways, I don't know. We're gonna have to do a whole story time stream where I just tell all the stupid bullshit stories from my entire life because there's some fun ones, man. There's some fun ones for real. Fun times, allegedly. But I don't know. The market's maybe recovering, maybe not. Probably gonna call it a stream. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Smash the like button on your way out. Share the stream with your like-minded crypto friends. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Tuesday and good night.